Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate the turnout here. What a good show this is going to be. I just wanted to, actually, I really wanted to have Amos say a couple words up front. Me and Amos are co-producing this project. We've called it Beyond Words, and you'll see why. Amos will talk about it briefly, and we'll set it up and get started.
Thank you. Ah, there we are. I wish I could see you all, but thank you for all for coming. My name's Amos White. Thank you. Yeah, this has been a really exciting project. I'm a haiku poet, and we read out here in a lot of readings here in the whole Bay Area. And I thought it would be interesting to try to do something different. The whole medium of reading at poetry readings kind of went flat for me. And I'm from a musical family. My father played trumpet way back in the day, in the 50s and the 60s, before he got his degree and became a professional. And I always wanted to see if there could be a continuum of this collaboration between poets and jazz, and see if we can develop a different voice, our own unique voice, together. And that's what this project's all about, which is Beyond Words. So I'm really excited to have you. Thank you for coming. Dillon's going to introduce the band, and tonight we have
Greg Sankovich on the piano, Tyler Harlow on the bass, and myself, Dillon Vado, on drums and vibes. I'll just say briefly that, just to give you a context of what we're doing so it doesn't seem like we're, so you guys don't seem confused or lost. Or maybe, how many of you are here because you know somebody who's performing tonight personally? Obviously, great. So thank you all for coming, and thank everybody for bringing your friends and family to come out. But essentially what we're doing in a nutshell is, we have poets who are coming in. They have material that they've worked hard on, they've written over the years that has their style in it. And what we're going to do is absorb that, and as musicians and as improvisers, I've chosen these guys because they're phenomenal improvisers. So our job is just to take that, absorb it, and bring it to life in the moment and make it new each time. So that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. And Amos is going to show you exactly what that's all about with our first piece. So thanks for coming.
Thanks. So there's still seats up here. Help yourself. So again, thank you for being here. We call this Beyond Words. Tonight we've got three fabulous poets. We've got, coming up after myself, we have Shue from San Francisco. We have DeWayne, Dickerson here in Oakland. We've got Kwong of Richmond. And they're going to tell you a little bit about their pieces as well. But, this is a project that I mentioned a little bit that, for me, it was about my father. He really wanted, I could tell, he wanted me to become a jazz musician. And I learned to play the bass. I went into classic, orchestras. I love Holst's The Planets, anything by Beethoven. And keeping down the low end for me was what it was all about. But as I said, my father was a jazz man. Long before he mastered an education as a cap crusader in Columbus, Ohio. Then he got called up to be a doctor in a Buckeye. Know anything about them sorts? You see, it wasn't his hands or his barbed kisses or the rumbling lullabies that he'd leave me. It wasn't our house in Shaker Heights that I'd have to remember. That post-war flat. The eponymous White House on Ridgeway Avenue. You see, it was the sound of my father's trumpet that came early on Saturday mornings up through the rustling registers when the house fell silent in wintertime. See, it'd be those shrill sounds that would lift and spit and rise free from the place where the spider webs would hang and mold and coal dust would hang with the damp cinder blocks there somewhere beneath the kitchen floor. You'd say, it's in the way you walk. Or you'd hear him say, hey, hey! Every time I'd round third, there'd be a pile of dust waiting for me at home. or be that Oriole sound he'd leave me somewhere in Schottenstein's when they couldn't find me underneath the aisles. And although he died last year, he was 83. He was up there. I still can't divorce myself from the silver spoon he left in my mind, that sound of Horace that he left in my mouth, that song from my poetry whenever I think of this adventure we have for you tonight, called Beyond Words. Thank you. Dillon, Vado. I'm going to bring up for you right now our first reader is Candy Shue from San Francisco. I love her work, and I hope you do too. Please welcome Candy.
Thanks, Amos and Dillon and Tyler and Greg. And thanks all of you for coming out. So the first piece I'm going to do is called My Magician. It's got a little of an uptown gospel feel to it. And when you're in love with a magician, anything can happen. So let's see what goes on. Magician does all the usual tricks, coin tricks, card tricks. He does rope tricks, escape tricks, tricks with hoops and balls and cups and brightly colored scarves. Everything I do is a trick, he warns us. Palming a quarter and making it vanish into thin air. Even my telling you this is a trick, he warns us. The magician straightens his cuffs, taps a deck of cards on the table. The tricks are hardly spectacular. We have seen them all before. The magician smiles and tells tasteless jokes. He wears that regulation black tuxedo. He makes animals out of balloons. He's nothing special, my magician. We try to see beyond the magician, but we can't. We try not to look where the magician wants us to look. But we're never entirely sure where that is. We try so hard, but we can never see the trick behind the trick. And in the end, my magician steals my watch, even though I know full well he's going to do it. Later, my magician will take me home, and we'll go to bed to tie each other up in red ribbons take that silly tuxedo off, my magician. And we'll cut each other in half. My magician does all the usual tricks, but he will never disappear. 'Cause that's my job.
Candy Shue. Candy, thank you. As I said, next up we got a really exciting one for you. This is DeWayne Dickerson. DeWayne was introduced to me from a mutual friend who is here tonight to witness this. It's going to be real. Again, DeWayne.
How y'all feeling tonight? You all right? I'm gonna be speaking right on top of the microphone as instructed. It will be loud at some points. It'll be soft. It'll be hard. It'll be slick. It'll be greasy. A little more about me. Bio, oh boy. Yesterday, DeWayne Frazier Dickerson quit millennials permanently. Promise y'all. Done diddy done done with them motherfuckers for sure. So there. He overheard, oh hell no, today's top hood hits FM on some shit. Radio Raheem's Ghost ain't feeling it all, bro. White Iverson. Monumental Ozymandias, man, oh man. Worst, well, let me see. Music. This proud Louisville native had ever heard. Been 10 years after Dwayniac Chunky Snack. D-Weezy keeping it sleazy. Doing this thing he done did, y'all. He lucky cause he hate people and them noises they be making. Love me notes. Slide some up and coming to him. Should be like National Authors League, New York Foundation for the Arts, Society of Professional Journalists, Radar, James Leon Sullivan and them. They keep encouraging the pork chop hearted bastard to keep on thinking that ornery slinky thing he do. You want a weirdo with me? On my friend space durable muggles? Undecided ain't Eureka the reason to hate DF yet? Go get him. Lost found in West Oakland's lower bottoms. He lives with a magic sparkle gossip 9-year-old girl for whom Dickerson dedicated his award-winning chapbook, I Say I Need Help. And 2, he lives with Babs, all cheekbone and bakery. And 3, he lives with Squishy, the turtle. Until kingdom come, gatekeepers, interns, and kingmakers, laureate judges, and dirty old mopping Tatum back. Believe him, you better go get his black ass and give him a hug. Give it a hug before he too dead tired freaking out or before y'all change y'all's mind. Poet, I need to check my email more often, man. But you know me, kinda, sorta, yes? True love be my hand-to-hand crusty combat, poet. Shoulda wrinkle-chewed flyers, collect bond, tax verse, spread good God, blood thunder rapture. I miss Zayre's discount sweatshoppy crossover tacky these days, dragon bejeweled, hood wash dookie saggy, nickel baggy denim that the grown men ought to know with the intention to leaflet hot damn noise. Zach spells his name with a K, it's not an H, y'all. Don't fuck Zach's name up when you see Zach. You spell it with a K. Poets, get on up and gospel chop. Oakland, the man-child city of plumbers crack. Zach with the K would do that. But you know me, you too much like me. No finesse, homo post-literate. There's breakups. You work alone. You got some lives to outlive. Thank you.